Oh, dear listener, gather round and let me recount the tale of my most lamentable visit to Slide Splash, Lagoa, a place that promised delight but delivered despair. Imagine, if you will, a young girl, wide-eyed with anticipation, stepping into a world of watery wonders, only to find herself adrift in a sea of shattered dreams and soured memories. The day dawned like any other, with the sun casting its golden gaze upon the earth, beckoning us to the aquatic haven that was Slide Splash. My friends and I, a merry band of thrill seekers, arrived with hearts full of hope, expecting to dance with the waves and slide down the gullet of joy itself. But alas, our laughter was destined to be drowned out by the cacophony of discontent. As we entered, the facade of cleanliness and order masked the underlying chaos. Much like a gilded lily conceals its wilted petals, we were greeted not with open arms, but with a subtle disdain that hung in the air like a miasma. The staff, though clad in bright uniforms, moved with the enthusiasm of weary soldiers marching to their doom, their smiles painted on with all the warmth of a winter's frost. My friend, ever the prudent one, secured us a cabara, a secluded oasis that promised respite from the impending throngs of visitors. But even this private enclave could not shield us from the day's unfolding drama. With our belongings safely stowed and sons claimed, we ventured forth to conquer the aquatic realm. It was on the second slide, a towering behemoth of twists and turns, that my personal odyssey of sorrow began. As I hurled myself into the abyss, I quickly came to an abrupt and unceremonious halt. My limbs, once eager for the rush of adrenaline, now flailed in a desperate attempt to regain momentum. I pushed and pulled, a hapless mariner caught in the doldrums of this man-made sea. And then, horror of horrors, another rider appeared behind me, a child no less, propelled by the relentless gravity of the slide. With a swiftness born of pure terror, I managed to evade a calamitous collision, but the fear that clutched my heart remained. The attendant, who should have been my sentinel, had betrayed their post, sending another soul careening towards me with the reckless abandon of a gambler throwing dice in a game of fate. The ordeal left me shaken, not stirred, but certainly stirred in the depths of my being. My foot, once innocently dipped in the waters of mirth, now wept a crimson tale of woe. The first aid, a mere footnote in the grand saga of my suffering, offered scant comfort, for I was forbidden to partake in the very activities that had drawn me to this place. As the day waned and my friends reveled in what joy could be salvaged, I hobbled about the grounds, a specter of disappointment, haunting the very slides that had spurned me. The management, those titans of triviality, offered not an apology, not a token of remorse, but a deafening silence that echoed through the cavernous void of their empathy. And oh, how the hours slipped by, as interminable as the queues that snaked through the park. The The other patrons, my fellow prisoners in this watery purgatory, shared in my anguish, their faces etched with the same lines of impatience and despair. The pizzas, those doughy discs of disappointment, took their sweet time to arrive, as if the kitchen were an underground bunker cut off from the world above. The jacuzzi, a supposed oasis of relaxation, was policed with the vigilance of a hawk eyeing its prey, allowing but a fleeting moment businesses near Slide Splash Lagoa feel like a practical joke that forgot to end. I came away thinking the whole strip was built on a dare. Let us see how many times we can make a tourist sigh in one afternoon. The sighs start the moment you step outside the water park gates and look for somewhere, anywhere, to leave your wet towel and your trust. Shopping centers near the park are the kind that promise you the world and then lock the escalator. Aqua Portimao swears it is pet-friendly, yet the security guard will escort your palm-sized Yorkie out as if it were a wolf on the loose. One couple carried their pup in a closed bag. Still, the shops waved them away like contraband smugglers. Meanwhile, the escalators sit frozen for weeks. The ceiling drips into ankle-deep puddles, and the electricity plays hide-and-seek. A mother traveling with her disabled son was marooned on the upper floor during a blackout. No stairs, no working lift, no plan. She had to accept a piggyback ride from two strangers just to reach the ground. If the building had caught fire, the only emergency exit would have been prayer. The same mall posts glossy "We love dogs" posters outside, but inside the security, cameras do not actually record. Thieves know it. Travelers lose electric scooters chained in plain daylight. When the police ask for footage, the center shrugs. Oh, those cameras. Decoration. You half expect the security team to sell you the stolen bike on your way out, just to round off the experience. Hotels within 10 minutes of the slides talk luxury in gold lettering, yet hand you a candle when the power fails. Bella Vista Hotel Spa is the sad lead actor in this drama. The website shows a lone mansion perched on a cliff. Reality is a cluster of concrete pods wedged between souvenir shacks that smell of sunscreen and regret. Guests book sea view and receive a balcony overlooking a bush that, if you squint, might remind you of seaweed. Management's answer from the corner of the terrace: "Madam, between the two roofs, that blue sliver is the Atlantic." When you protest, they offer to move you to a smaller room with a window the size of a cereal box, then hint you should delete your online complaint in exchange. Blackout, water outage, Wi-Fi that vanishes for 8 hours. Each disaster is greeted with the same courtesy you give a fly in the soup: silence, then a bill with service charge included. One morning, the entire street loses water. Staff place a single plastic jug outside your door as if you were camping, not paying €500 a night. The pool shuts at 5 for a private party. The hotel still charges full rate and kindly waives the room service fee, as though that balances losing the only reason you booked. On checkout day, the ceiling lights die. The phone is dead. The outlets nap. But the invoice printer works perfectly. The receptionist promises a refund for the ruined night, yet cannot print proof weeks later. The money is still swimming somewhere in the Atlantic you never actually saw. Restaurants a short drive from the park smell of good intentions left out in the sun. Farragut looks charming. All blue tiles and smiling owners, until the squid decides to punch your stomach at 3 in the morning. One diner spent the next 24 hours hugging the toilet, replaying every bite. The menu lists tempting fish, but the bill arrives scribbled on paper because the terminal is broken. Cash only, surprise. If you question the arithmetic, the staff smile and multiply the appetizers by head count anyway. You leave lighter in wallet and dignity, wondering whether the name is a promise or a threat. Wonderful cafe and restaurant did not even get the chance to overcharge. The health inspector closed it before you could finish saying espresso. Mold in the ice machine, cockroaches doing the tango behind the counter, rodent droppings seasoning the bread basket. Those are the secret ingredients nobody asked for.
The map still sends you to a shuttered door in a residential cul-de-sac, as if the cafe exists only in a parallel universe where hygiene is optional. Nature spots advertised around the park feel like deleted scenes from a movie. Alagoas Brancas is billed as a wetland bird paradise. Today it is a construction site with caution tape flapping in the breeze. You stand on the edge, binoculars ready, and see one lonely bulldozer. Somewhere beneath the dust a bird might be coughing, but it certainly is not posing for your Instagram. The pattern is almost artistic in its consistency. Promise first, disappoint second. Businesses near Slide Splash Lagoa, they are like this. Sometimes they look nice, they smile at you, but behind it there is something not so nice. Like some people here, they trick tourists who just want to have fun. So first, real estate fraud. Oh my god, it is so bad. There was this group, they made fake companies, got loans with fake papers, bought houses, 300 houses, and then sold them again, but the money was not real. The tourists who rented these places, they probably had no idea, right? They just wanted a nice holiday near Slide Splash Lagoa, but the place they paid for, maybe it was not even legal. Imagine you go on vacation and then you find out the owner is a criminal. What do you even do then? You probably cry, you call the police, but what can they do? The scammer already took the money. And the police, they caught them, but how many people lost everything before that? Then there is this thing where people sell houses that are not theirs. Like, imagine you see a nice villa online, you pay for it, you arrive near Slide Splash Lagoa and surprise. The real owner is there and they say, "What are you doing in my house?" The scammers just took your money and ran. Those poor tourists, they must have felt so stupid, but it is not their fault. The scammers had fake papers, fake offices, everything looked real,